Today we will be working with circle graphs and stem and leaf plots. Okay, so first this says construct a circle graph for each set of data, round to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. Okay, so this gives us a table of data, and with this data we need to find the percent of each of these things. So what percent is of the each of all the kingdoms is bacteria, protists, animals, fungi, and plants. Okay, so in order to do that, we are going to figure out first off the total number. So we have a number to calculate with. So we're going to add all these up. Okay, so we have 1,750,000 species that we are looking at for our total. Okay, so 4,000 out of that total is going to be 0.2%. Okay, that's rounded to the nearest tenth. And then 80,000 out of that total is 4.6%. Okay, then the 1,324,000 is 75.7%. And 72,000 divided by that 1,750,000 gives me 4.1%. Okay, again, in order to find my percents, I'm taking these numbers and I'm just dividing by this and then multiplying by 100 in order to turn it into a percent. So 4,000 divided by 1,750,000 gave me 0.002. And when I converted that into a decimal, that gave me 0.2 as my percent. Okay. And then 80,000 divided by that gave me 0.0046. So when 0.046, which gave me 4.6% when I converted it into a percent. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. We have 270,000 divided by 1,750,000, and that's going to give me 15.4%. All right, and then when I put this on my circle graph here, I am going to, so about 75% of this is the animals, okay? So I'm going to mark that here, that all of this is animals. Okay, and the remaining about 25%, a little less than 25%, is everything else. Okay, so bacteria is like the tiniest little portion. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of leave that for the end. And then 15% of this 25, it's going to be over half. All right, I'm just estimating here on these percentages, but this is going to be 15.4%. I should have wrote the animals was 75.7%. Okay, this is going to be plants. And then this is a remaining about 10%. So we're going to kind of cut this in half-ish. And then this little portion that you can barely even see here is going to be that remaining bacteria. That's even probably more of the graph than it deserves, but just so it is seeable, that is going to be bacteria. And then this is going to be protists. And this is going to be fungi with our percents, 4.6 and 4.1%. Okay, so that's how we create a circle graph, is you find your percentages and then you break it up on the graph. Okay, and I knew 75% was 3/4 of the graph because if I put 75 as a fraction, I get 3 out of 4. Okay, and so I kind of divided that up into fourths, okay, in order to do that. All right. Now you can try number 2 on your own there. Okay. And we're going to take a look at number 3 here. It says the circle graph shows the results of a survey about favorite kinds of books. If 600 people were surveyed, how many people prefer mystery books than historical fiction? Okay, how many more people prefer mystery than historical fiction? Which means we need to find, okay, out of 600, 10% like historical fiction, so that's going to be 60. All right, and I get that by doing 600 times 0.1. Okay, because this is 10% as a decimal. And then I'm going to do the same thing here for mystery. I'm going to do 600 times 0.18, which is 18%. And that's going to give me 108 mystery books. All right, then it says how many more preferred mysteries. So now I'm going to subtract 108 minus 60, and that's going to give me 48 more people prefer mystery over historical fiction. Okay, so then you can do the same thing for number 4 here. It says the circle graph shows the results of a middle school survey about favorite states to visit on vacation. 400 students were surveyed. How many more students favor visiting Florida than Colorado? So we need to find the number for Florida, the number for Colorado, and then subtract them to figure out how many more. Okay? All right, now we're going to take a look at stem and leaf plots, okay? Stem and leaf plots, it's important to understand our place value here, okay? The stem is going to be the ones place or the tens and the ones place, okay? Your leaf is only the ones place, okay? So this digit is getting put in the leaf no matter what. Now, if you had the number 108, 8 would be on the leaf side and 10 would be on the stem side. If you had the number 1152, 2 would be on the leaf side, 115 would be on the stem side. Okay, so let's take a look at what this looks like. We're going to look at all of our stems are going to be, so we're in the 20s, 30s, 40s. I don't see any 50s, so we're going to do 2, 3, and 4 as our stems, and those represent 20s, 30s, and 40s. Okay, and my leaves, okay, do need to go in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to go through and circle my 20s so they kind of stand out for me. Okay, and 4 is my smallest, so I'm going to do 4, and then I have 2 25s, so I'm going to do 25s, and then I have a 26 and a 29. Okay, so you can see that this data represents 24, 25, 25, 26, and 29. Okay, now for my 30s, I have 39, 38, 38, and 37. So I'm going to do 7, 8, 8, 9, and those are going to be my data points. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cross those out. Okay, and then I have my 40s left. 44 is going to be my smallest, 45, 46, 46, 46. I have 3 of them. So I did 44, I did 45, 46, 46, and 46, and that leaves 47 as my last one. Okay, then I'm going to double check the number of data points that I have in my stem and leaf plot and make sure it matches my data set. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so they match, so we're good to go there. All right, so the key, this 2, 5 means 25. So in this particular situation, it says this is the shoe size of a batch of European tourists visiting the capital are given below. Okay, so based on this stem and leaf plot that we just created, which shoe size is worn by most of the tourists? Okay, so which shoe size occurred most often? And I would say right here, remember the 46, 46, and 46? That happened 3 times. The most anything else happened was 2. So 46 was worn by most tourists. Okay, the maximum shoe size worn among the tourists. One nice thing about these stem and leaf plots, it puts it in order for you. So we can go to the last number there, and the largest is going to be 47. Okay, how many tourists wore shoes below size 40? So that's your 39 through this 24. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tourists wore less than a size 40. Okay. The minimum shoe size worn is 24. Again, it's in order, so we're looking at the very first number there. Okay. And then how many European tourists visited the capital? Again, we counted, we had 15 numbers in our data set, so that's 15 tourists that we got their shoe size from. Okay, so that's how you would look at a stem and leaf plot and utilize that to interpret some data about it. Okay, so here are several where you can try to create your own stem and leaf plots here. And then here are some where you can take a look at an already created stem and leaf plot and analyze some data about it.